Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I stand on the authority of NAF before we begin to introduce our guests. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor and pleasure to introduce Kabesi, who is already well known to most of us, if not all. I'm talking about the 44th Olubadan of Ladoja, His Imperial Majesty Oba Rasheed Adewolu Ladoja. Answer 1, fellow Nigeria Society of Engineers. And next to him is Otun Balogun of Olubadan, Oba Kola Adewolu. Next to him is my father, the Otun Olubadan designate, His Royal Majesty Oba Eddie Oyewole. Next to him is Ashipa Olubadan going to Osi Olubadan designate, Oba Abiodun Koladaisi celebrated. Next to him is Ashipa Balogun of Olubadan land, Oba Osi Olubadan of Ibadan land, Oba Isioyi Dada, celebrates Kabisi. Now, I want to recognize our father, the Ashipa Olubadan President, in person of Oba Amidu Ajibade. Thank you. And the Ekeri Balogun of Ibadan land is also here to welcome the Belgian ambassador to Nigeria. Yes, I'm talking about Oba Adewolu Obolaji. Yes. On my left, a person of Ladoja, Balogun of Ibadan land. Senior chief. And it's not here alone, it's Olori is here. Nobody can clap with one hand. Please celebrate Olori. You are most welcome. You are highly recognized. All our Mogajis here, you are most welcome. All the Palawa staff, you are most welcome. You are welcome to Ibadan. And I'm sure this is not your first time of coming. Sitting on 3,080 square kilometers. Ibadan is one of the largest cities on the continent of Africa. It has 11 local government councils and 11 local government councils. To let you know the amount of burden placed on the head of Olubadan and the members of Olubadan Council. So it has a population of between 3.5 to 4 million people. That is conservative. So it has a lot of responsibility. It's a city of many firsts. The city where the first university in Nigeria was established in 1948. The city where the first university teaching hospital in Nigeria was established in 1957. The city where the most modern stadium in Nigeria was built. The city where the tallest building in Africa at that time was built. Also the city where the prestigious University of Ife took off before they went to a late show. So many things. The city, thank you, Kamis. Because I mentioned the name of the university because I went to it. The city where the first aviation station in Africa was established in 1959. So we can continue to cite instances of first ad infinitum, but we will not take your time because there are days when you have time to talk and days when you don't have time to talk. We hope this is not going to be your last. You are most welcome to our list. Now I'll hand over the mic to you so you can.
Your Imperial Majesty and members of the court, thank you very much for hosting me here today as the Belgian ambassador. As our presenter has correctly stated, it's not my first visit to Ibadan. It's the third since my arrival as a Belgian ambassador in Nigeria. And the second of those visits also involved a visit to this palace, to your late predecessor. And I'm happy to be back. And apart from regular courtesies, there's something that also makes us proud as Belgium. Because the new Olubadan is an alumnus of the University of Liège. We understand that Your Imperial Majesty.
How old is that? How old are you?
Yes. So in 1972, I mean, there's many dates related to Oyo State and Ibadan that I can relate to because the foundation date of the university here is the birth year of my father. And the year that you obtained your diploma in Liège was the marriage year of my parents. So it's easy to remember for me. But so here I am faced with an Imperial Majesty who is fluent in French. I think that in itself warrants probably a get-together with what we call les ambassadeurs de la francophonie in Abuja that gets together. And they were also thinking of perhaps visiting a state. And I think all the arrows are now pointing in the direction of Oyo and Ibadan. Thank you very much for that already in advance. So yes, 3.54 million inhabitants here in Ibadan. It's the equivalent, I think, of the whole of French-speaking Belgium already. The surface of 3,080 square kilometers is about the size of a whole Belgian province. So this is indeed quite weighty. We cannot deny that. That is quite clear. So the reasons that previously brought me to Ibadan have had to do also with the fact that
Other members of Olubadan Advisory Committee that are here. Other guests, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen. It's because you will not have understood if I spoke in French. That is why I will have just addressed the ambassador in our common language. We have had an opportunity of exchanging ideas. I was ignorant about Belgium before 1966. When the scholarship was offered to me, I had to go to look at a map. Where is Belgium? I found this quiz between Germany, Holland, France, and Luxembourg. I knew about Belgian Congo, not Belgium. I knew about it before I left secondary school. And I knew about it more when Patrice Lumumba was killed. And Nigeria had to send our first peacekeeping team to Congo. It's unfortunate that up to now, the type of peace we are having here are still eluded them in Congo. Continue to pray for them. On the 7th of July, 1966, I left the shores of Nigeria to study in the university in Belgium. My first day was in Wavre, where I learned French for 3 months before going to university to study chemical engineering. I can say that I enjoyed myself in Congo, in Belgium. Because Liège is very close to Germany, very close to Cologne, very close to Maastricht in Holland. So you can jolly well jump in your car and 30 minutes you are there, either for the next weekend, taken care of. Maybe the incidence of drug addiction, which is now threatening the fabric of Ibadan land, will be tackled. So, the ambassador has touched a very sore point in my body. Because the first thing that came to our mind is, our land is good for cocoa also. We are not trying to take them away from you, obviously. Because I know Belgium. They have very large capacity, even though they are small in size. They have very, very large capacity. You know, it's the capital of Europe. It's even the capital of NATO. So you can understand that they have very large capacity, not necessarily commensurate to the size, but to their capacity. Intellectual capacity, they have it. Financial capacity, they have it. So the ambassador has assured me that whenever we knock, they will be there to assist us. Not only in research, as we are already involved in with the foundation, but in making us productive. We have minerals in Oyo State, which in the Ibadan land. I want to concern myself with the Ibadan land. Of course, Ibadan has got history, but has always been there for other Yoruba lands. So we still play that, but my role is Ibadan land. We have our own mineral resources, which we can always also talk to the ambassador. We have agricultural land. We have you see, but it's unique in the sense that we have the rainforest in some of our local governments. And we now have the rest savannah on that side. So which means that whether we want to say it's a grassland that we want to use, we have it. Whether it is the forest, we have it. So that is why Ibadan is different from many other places. But the ambassador has produced for me a platform which I intend to exploit immediately. It says that they have a committee of French-speaking ambassadors of other countries in Nigeria. So, we have got that long history, and I dare say that any Yoruba man that doesn't have a house in Ibadan is not yet a fully Yoruba man. I hope the Royal Majesty is listening. You see, but that is the situation that we have got. You see, no, and we also have the possibility of forming leaders from Ibadan. I mean, we have governors who were born in Ibadan, and after being bred, after getting to a certain level, they go home to rule and come back again to Ibadan. Yes. Yeah, you see, that's what I'm saying. So they cannot believe Ibadan because it belongs to all of us. That is why we have this. That's why I have the responsibility of making sure that everybody in Ibadan is protected, everybody in Ibadan is cared for, and I want to carry out those responsibilities with their support. Incidentally, all of them have been pledging to me. The latest person was Fayemi, Governor Fayemi. He was born in Ibadan. He went to rule. Ekiti State. He's back now home. He's back home now, and being back home means that he's ready to take up his position in Ibadan. And what position is that? To make Ibadan great, or to make Ibadan greater again. To borrow the language of Trump. So to make Ibadan great again. So, Your Excellency, I'm very grateful for this visit. we will change our numbers, and then this time, later we will decide how we can get together and get the listing of the Francophonie on. So thank you very much for coming to see me. I can assure you that I will share this first diplomatic visit, particularly by Belgium, because for whatever is proposed, I still feel Belgium. Particularly when I go to the neighboring countries and I start telling them about Septembre, non 5, which is typically Belgium. So thank you very much, Mr. Ambassador, Your Excellency. I'm very, very grateful for this visit.
Merci Kábíyèsí Olubadan. Merci Kábíyèsí o. In the course of
Belgium is written on the countries inside. They are magnetic. Inside it's made by a designer from Belgium now, Adewolu. So jewelry, yes, exactly. And so these are magnetic, so they hold together just by magnets. The shape of the country is there. Your Majesty. I hope so. I will manage to do that. The hotel, the airline, to make some space. Stella can become a Lagos now. Yes. So we'll also extend an invitation for Sunday in Abuja. And for that, we have also welcomed you in the rest.
Thank you.